Hi all and welcome back. So in today's tutorial we will be looking into ServiceNow UI pages. So let's start with the basics. So what is UI page? Well, think of it as a front end of your ServiceNow application. It's where user interact with your application and it's your job to make sure that interaction is smooth, intuitive and downright awesome, right? And that's what UI page comes in. Now, I know that you are thinking customizing a UI can't be that exciting, can it? But let me tell you, my friend, it's like giving a makeover to already a gorgeous platform, okay, or the gorgeous model we have provided with the service now. It's all about enhancing the beauty and functionality of what's already there. And speaking of functionality, UI page can do it all, from displaying data to creating forms to even integrating with third-party application. The possibilities are endless. But wait, there is more to it. With UI page, you can also create your own custom widgets using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. That's right, you are just not limited to the out-of-the-box widget. You can create your own from scratch. It's like having a blank canvas and you can create your own masterpiece. And the best part of it, it's all done within the ServiceNow platform. So you don't need to worry about coding, being a coding genius into any other language, right? You can simply use HTML, JavaScript and CSS and there are tons of opportunities uh, or all the enhancement you can do, okay, on your fingertips only. So in today's example, we'll be creating a sample UI page. It will be really simple UI page, okay, where we'll be trying to create an incident, okay, from a customized page. I will just go with the basic, okay, but as it's HTML, CSS, you can play around it like anything. So let's get started. Now, as you can see on my screen, this is my what we can say ServiceNow instance, and it's currently in the UTA version. So in order to create a UI page, what you have to do, you have to just go to the filter navigator and type UI page. So what we'll be doing, we'll be creating a UI page. Using that UI page, you can create an incident. So we will just create a dummy field on top of it, and we will use that particular form, okay, of that UI page to create an incident. Why? Because I didn't had any other idea to forecast it in an easy way, okay. So let's go to the UI page, click on new. So out of the box there are 521 UI pages already created. So if you want to reference certain things out for your learning, you can just look into this. I will create a new one, okay, and we can give it a name as incident demo form, okay. I will put it a category general learning, okay, so you can make home page, HTML editor, knowledge base, service catalog. There are tons of options, but I will go with general, okay. You can provide the description. This is incident create UI page, okay, just to give you a reference in the future, okay. And then it has three main components. One is HTML. It's pretty clear from the name. HTML is like it provides the HTML context. Then we have client script. If you want to do certain validation on the client side, so you can add client script for the same. Client side functions, and they were process script. This is where you can add the server side script. So we'll simply go over here and try to add HTML first. So these are the jelly tags. Whatever you want to add, you can add in between only. So first of all, we will just create a form. Okay. So how you can create a form, because it's a jelly tag. It's somewhat different from the HTML, not completely different, but somewhat different. Okay. So I will show you what are the primary syntax you must know. So first is G colon UI underscore form, and that's where you can give the ID to the form. So I will give ID equal to, and let's give ID as hello, or I will give incident, and I will close the brace out. Now how to close the brace? Okay, if you want to do, you can simply go and do this, so it will close it out, okay. But you have to add UI form because it's a form component. Perfect. So the first part is done. Now we will writing a complete HTML. If you know some HTML, it will be easy for you to understand. Now the next thing is center. So we want everything in center, right? So we'll go with center tab. I will just close it out. Okay, center. In center, we want to give the heading. So I will just go with H1, or let's go with H2. I will just close the H2 also. Always keep on closing the things so that you will not have the errors of something is open over there, right? So H2 is closed. Now outside H2, I will define a table. I don't want. Let's first give the heading, right? So I will give heading as what? Incident demo form. Okay. Now this is done. Okay. Now what we'll be doing? H2 is defined. Now we will define a table. Also in the center tab only. So let's define table. How to define table in HTML? You can simply go for table. It is easy, right? Table. I will close it out also. Okay. And the table now tr is row and td is column kind of thing. Consider that way out. Okay. So we'll first define tr. So tr, and this particular tr will have td inside it. So first let me close the tr, and inside that now we will start defining different columns for the same. Okay. So the first td will be td, not ta. td, and I will just give it as a requester. Who is the requester for the same, right? And we can simply go td, done. Sorry. Okay, td is closed. Now we will add one more td. So we want this requester to be a reference field, right? Okay, because you will be referencing to the user table, and from there you will be pulling the data, right? So let's define td for the same. Okay, and this particular td, let's close it out also quickly. And in this td, what we'll be doing? We'll be using jelly scripting. So the function name is g underscore. It's always g colon, and then we are doing onto UI, so it's UI underscore. Then you will get all the things. As we are doing reference, so we can use reference one. Okay, UI reference. Right. You don't have to give this spaces, okay? Keep in mind. So UI reference, and here I can give name equal to user underscore ID, and then we have to define on which particular table it will refer. So I will get table equal to. If you don't know this, okay, you should not be call yourself as a ServiceNow developer where the user's data is stored. Field, which particular field we want to take as a display one? So we want to take name, and then we'll give display value. Display value. And how to define the display value? This is more important, right? So it will be display value equal to, you can give it in a string format, $. It's somewhat different from HTML when it comes to referencing and all those things out. So you can simply give gs dot, because we want get logged in user, right? So we can give get user, and we want display name for the same. So get display name. Perfect, right? So this is done, and finally the value for it. We have given the reference. Now we want to define the value for it. So you can give value as equal to dollar, and there are whenever I do, I always get tons of challenge. Okay, with the syntax. Okay, somewhere syntax is getting scrambled from my side, so you should be pretty sure what exactly you are doing. So this is done for this. Okay, so we have done the reference also. We have closed the TD for the same, right? And now you can move ahead. So this was the first row. Okay, we have defined. Now let's jump into the next row. So I will go over here. I really don't like to write. So we will define 2tr over here. So tr, and we will close it out because we want a spacing over there. So we'll close this here. Then we'll open a new tr. Okay, we'll close that also. And in this tr we will define other fields. Now fields for the incident, right? So the first one will be, let's copy this only. All fields, copy paste. So in this tr we'll add this td, and it will have the value as what we can say category. And then we will be define the static categories for it. Okay, whatever is present out of the box, we'll define those categories. So I'll just give, we want a drop down for the same. So I'll give td, and it will be like, I'll just remove this out. Select box, right? So it will be select what name equal to cat underscore id, cat underscore id, and then we can do id equal to c underscore id, cat id, and we can simply close this out. Now we will define the option for the same before closing the td. Now let's close the td first. Okay. And here let's define the option in between. You can align this out, and then you can give option 1, option value equal to 0, and what it will be, what is the display name for it? It's none. None is for 0. Okay, just keep it in mind. So this is the first option we have added. In the similar way, we want it for all the incident options. So if you go over here, right? So if I go C10, what we are trying to do? Dot left. And if I am enable, if I open any incident out. So we are trying to replicate this category ones. Okay, all this, none and all. So I'll go back over here. We will copy this out. So these are the options, and we will give the values what is present on the incident form. So for first is inquiry, and we will give the same name. The second one is software. The third one is what hardware. I hope I'm writing the right values. And you can change the display name for the same. Okay, so it's not a problem. So for instance, for hardware I will give my hardware set. You can do anything. Okay, in the similar way I will get network, which will be network. Then we have last one is database, which is database. So we have defined all the options also. We have closed the TD also for the same. We have TR closed. Now we will add other field. So what should be the other field? So we will add one more TR. TR stands for table row. In that we will define two columns. So I will be writing TD. And what is that column is? Short description. We will close this TD out. And we want a value for it. So it should be a text field, right? So we will open one more TD. And we will make it a free text field over there. How? We can define input. What kind of input is there? So input type equal to text, name equal to, we will give short description ID, short description underscore ID, and I will close this out, the input tab, and then we have this TD close, the newly open one, and then TD, and then we have TR. So this is done for short description. In the similar way, we want let's give this space over here. Let's get proper short description, and the last entity what we want is description. So I'll just paste it out. I'll just remove description, and text, we will give it free text over here. So we can give it, instead of input, we'll give it text area. Text area, name equal to, you can give description for DS, description ID, and what should be the height and all for it. So we can make it rows to 4 and calls equal to 50. So this is what the dimension we are defining for it, and we can close the text area. Okay, so text area is also done. And the last thing what we have to do is we have to define the buttons. So we will define two buttons, submit and reset. Reset to reset the form, and submit is to submit the form. Okay, so for that we will go with TR, and we will close this TR first. Then in this TR we can define TD, and then we will close this TD, and in this TD I can define input type equal to, whenever it's the button type, it should be submit for submit button. And what will happen when we click on it? So we'll on click, what should happen? So it should call a function called redirect, which will be defining at the later point. So it should be redirect, and we can close this out. Okay, and then we can close the TD for the same. or TD is already closed, right? So this is done for submit one. Now we want another for the reset. So I will copy the same, Control Z. Why it didn't get copied? Paste it out. Why? Because we want another button with the name reset, right? So we can give TD, then input type equal to reset. Reset on click, we can give on reset button, on reset button, and that's it. We have center close, we have gform close, done. See, we are done with the HTML one. What we have done, we have defined the heading for the incident form, then we define the requester, filled it with the logged in user. We have defined the category. We have defined the option for the category, okay, which will be coming into drop down. We have given a input text field for short description. For description, we have given a text area because it can be a multi-line text. Then we have defined two buttons, submit and reset. So this is done till now, and we are done with our HTML part. So I will save this out. Come on. Select user role. I can give it ITL for ITL user. Let's show this page. What happened? What didn't get terminated? Oh, we didn't terminate the select box. Okay, let's do that. My bad. Okay, done. This is what happens. That this is the role to which this UI can be visible. Okay, so we are done with the HTML side of it. Now what we'll be doing, let's give it a try. Okay, if I do try it, it should showcase how the form looks at this particular point of time. So we have this requester, and then we have this query description and short description. You can make it better. Okay, so I will go back to the form. Okay, and now the next step is like we have to first define the functions which we have defined on the name, right? So we have to define those functions out. So for that what we have to do, so for that we have to define the client script. So on client script side, we can define the on reset function first. So function, and we'll get on reset, and this will define a function to reset the form. So how we can do that? You can simply do document dot get element by ID, and in that we have to define the form name only. So what was the form name we have given? Come on. The form name was incident, right? So incident can you can define this out. Dot reset. So what it will do? It will reset the form. Okay, that's it for the client script. And then we have processing script, which is server side script. And what we'll be doing over here, if the record is okay, if a user is clicking on submit, then it will create a record out of it. So we can give variable initialize incident equal to new glide record. It will be on incident form, then incident dot initialize then we can give inc dot caller underscore id equal to what we have given out there. For this, it's user id, so we have to provide the name. Be user id, in the similar inc dot short description equal to short description underscore id. Then we have inc dot description equal to this underscore id, then inc dot category equal to cat underscore id. Right, that's what I've given, right? C underscore id. Or cat underscore id. And then we can do variable says underscore id equal to inc dot insert, and variable, because we want to redirect, right, variable url equal to, we can simply copy this thing out, can do F11, can simply copy this one, then this SID one, and I can give it over here. And we just want to replace the SID with the new SID. So how we can do that? We'll just remove this out, and we can do plus SSID, and we can response dot send redirect to URL, and we are done with the implementation. So I will save this out now. So everything looks good till now. Just one thing I think I made, because the backend name should be field name. This is forget one thing over here. It's id equal to And now we can try it out. So if I click on try it, let's see how the forms look. So this is how the form look. I think there is some issue with the requester, but we can go ahead. If I say click inquiry key, I will give test description. I will give test description, and if we do reset, it will get reset. The entire form will get reset. I will give software test short description test description, and I can simply submit it out. So the record got submitted, and if we go, so if we go over here and if we sort by updated by, so or open, no, I did. So you can see the record got created over here as an incident. So this is how you can create a UI page, and this was just a basic example, but you can play around it like anything. And be careful, because we have seen what kind of challenges we have faced with one slash. Okay, we have added it wrongly. So this is all for today's tutorial. Hope you liked it out. Please follow to my channel to get notified, okay, with future coming videos. Okay, till then, stay safe, stay happy, and have a nice day. Thank you.